They say money can buy everything, but what if it costs you your soul? In a quiet town in Canada lived a man named Callum. He wasn't poor, but he wasn't rich either. Just an ordinary office worker struggling to pay bills, raise his 2 kids, and care for his sick wife. One day, Callum's childhood friend Rylan, who had moved to London years ago, suddenly called. Rylan was now wealthy, owning luxury cars, big houses, and a life Callum had only dreamed of. Over drinks one night, Rylan whispered, "If you want to live like me, all you need is courage and a little dishonesty." At first, Callum laughed it off, but Rylan pulled out a suitcase filled with cash and said, "One deal, one lie, and this is yours." The temptation was unbearable. Callum's heart pounded as he thought of his wife's medical bills and his children's future. He knew lying was wrong, but poverty whispered louder than morals. Against his better judgment, he agreed. The deal seemed simple. Sign a false document to help Rylan gain land illegally. Nobody would know, nobody would get hurt, Rylan promised. Callum hesitated, but when Rylan slid that heavy suitcase of cash across the table, his shaking hands grabbed the pen. For a moment, Callum felt like the luckiest man alive. The next day, he bought gifts for his family, cleared his wife's treatment bills, and for the first time in years, saw genuine smiles at home. But deep inside, guilt gnawed at him. Every night he tossed in bed, hearing a voice inside his head. "This is not your money, Callum. It's stolen happiness." He drowned his guilt in luxury, but it only grew stronger. Weeks later, the landowner whose property had been stolen appeared in the news. An old farmer named Fletcher from Australia, who had lost everything because of that deal, was crying on television, begging for justice. Callum froze as he watched the interview, realizing his signature had destroyed an innocent man's life. Suddenly, his wealth felt like poison and his hands felt stained. He wanted to confess, but Rylan warned him, "If you speak a word, your family will lose everything." Callum's heart tore apart. On one side was his family's comfort. On the other side, an innocent man's suffering. For days, he avoided the mirror because he couldn't stand to look at himself. Then one morning, as he was walking his son to school, his boy looked up and innocently said, "Dad, I want to grow up to be just like you." Those words hit Callum like a knife. Did he really want his son to grow up learning that greed and lies were the path to success? That evening, Callum sat alone in the dark, staring at the suitcase of cash. He thought of Fletcher, the old farmer, and realized no amount of money could buy back the peace he had lost. With trembling hands, he made the toughest decision of his life. The next day, he walked into the police station and confessed everything, exposing Rylan and returning every cent he had taken. His family was shocked, some even angry, but in his heart, Callum felt something he hadn't felt in months: freedom. The court case was long. Rylan lost everything, and Callum's life became difficult again. But this time, he slept peacefully at night. And when his son looked at him again, it was with pride, not disappointment. Life teaches us that shortcuts may give you comfort for a moment, but truth gives you peace forever. Wealth can fade, but character remains. What would you have done if you were in Callum's place? Choose silence and wealth, or speak the truth and lose it all? Tell us in the comments below. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Moral Tales Hub, where we bring you life-changing stories every week. Remember, greed can build an empire, but only honesty can build a legacy.